Should you play both sides in Evil Dead the game? The answer is yes and no. And let me explain what I'm talking about. And this is going to be kind of more of like a sort of a free form discussion where we're talking about a couple of different topics, but I really wanted to get into this because in recent videos, I've had a lot of people come in and be like, well, I have 9,000 hours and I have every survivor level 25 and I have every demon level 45 and I've played about 4,000 hours of each. Let's say 4,500 if you want to make sure the math checks out. I've played 4,500 hours of Survivor and 4,500 hours of Demon, and my opinion matters more because I've played both sides. Now, I will say this. If you want to be a better player, if you want to have more knowledge, then you should play both sides. You absolutely should. It will make you a better player. It'll make you a better Demon player to play Survivor and see how things look from their perspective. It'll make you a better Survivor player if you play the Demon side and see how things look from their perspective. Now, that's only if you care about being a better player. If you just want to have fun, you don't need to play the other side. And I also don't think that playing the other side is necessarily some sort of requirement to give your opinion. I think one of the dumbest things I've seen that happens in discourse surrounding this game, whether it's in YouTube comments or on Reddit, are people who are like, well, you haven't played the other side, so shut up. I think that that's stupid. I think that doesn't disqualify you from being able to give your opinion on the game. If you only play Demon and you never play Survivor, you can give your opinion on the state of the game. That's perfectly fine. If you only play Survivor and you never play Demon, you can give your opinion on the state of the game. That's perfectly fine. Now, like for me personally, I don't enjoy playing Demon. I really don't. I've played it a few times, but I just don't really enjoy playing it. I've played a lot of Killer and like Dead by Daylight, but I eventually reached a point in that game where I realized I just don't enjoy the power role in an asymmetrical game nearly as much as I enjoy playing the group role. There's something about being on a team that I find far more rewarding, and I don't really know why that is, but that's just how I am as a player. Now, having said that, I always want to become a better player. I always want to be able to make YouTube videos that are informative or have discussions on certain topics and be as knowledgeable about that subject as I can. And because of that, I think that it's important to see the other side's perspective. So even though I do get a handful of comments on some of my videos that go, well, you're just a dirty Survivor main, and I see all your demons are at level 1 and you don't level them up, so you don't get to have an opinion. I prefer, personally, to watch other content creators who are a lot better at Demon than I'm going to be in order to get my fill of the Demon side of things and to increase my skill as a Survivor player. Because I also think, here's a perfect example I could give you. I didn't even realize that this was a strategy that really good Demon players were using until like a week or two ago, which was if you use Evil Dead 2 Ash's, Hunter Ash's ability, his exorcism ability, a lot of good Demon players, because that ability is so telegraphed and easy to see, they will unpossess as you're winding it up, and then that will save them infernal energy. And I didn't even think about that. That's not something I had even considered. And the funny thing is if I had played the Demon side myself, that's probably not something I would have figured out right away. So I get better faster by watching really good Demon players play and seeing what their strategies are, as opposed to going through and playing it myself and just forcing yourself to do it because, well, I have to do this because Johnny Jabroni on Reddit said I have to do it. I have to play Demon and get all 3 to level 45 to have an opinion on anything. So that's why I prefer to just watch really good players, and that's how I get my fill and understanding of what it's like from the Demon perspective. and I listen to them and what they have to say and what they think is too strong and what isn't too strong. And then you have to form your own opinions because everyone's going to have a different opinion. And that segues into this next thing I want to say, which is, folks, don't put streamers on a pedestal. Don't put YouTubers on a pedestal. Don't put any kind of content creator on a pedestal. And that includes me. Your favorite streamer, your favorite content creator is not right about everything. I am not right about everything. When I made my very first tier list, I put Ed in like D or F tier. I think I might have put him in F tier. I might have said he was the worst character in the game. And I was dead wrong about that. I was absolutely wrong about that. When this game first came out, I thought that the increase in damage numbers for perks work differently than they do. I thought that it was like, I don't remember if it's additive or multiplicative, but I thought that if it was like, say a 40% increase in damage, that would mean that you now do 140% damage. Instead, 40% increase in damage translate to like 104% damage. So it's a much more insignificant increase than I initially thought that it was. And I was wrong about that when this game first came out. I thought it was more significant than it was. I was wrong about Ed. And I think it's important to admit your mistakes and acknowledge them. And that's why you shouldn't put everybody on a pedestal. But the important part is that we're having a discussion. We're creating dialogue and talking about this so that we can figure out what are the things that are wrong with this game that need to be fixed and what are the things that are fine with this game and need to stay the way that it is. And I hope that makes the game better. I want the game to be better for demons and survivors. I want it to be better for everybody. I want the game to be fun for everybody to play. So one of the most annoying comments that I'll see is when somebody comes in and is like, well, you know, my favorite YouTuber, XXX Superstar 99, said that actually Scotty's the best character in the game. And that the reason that he's the best character in the game and they realize it and you don't is because you suck and my favorite YouTuber is really, really good and way better than you. Like that, dude, I don't care what your favorite content creator had to say. Your favorite content creator is not the be all end all of opinions. And like I said, neither am I. This is just opinions on the game. All right. That's all we're doing is sharing our opinions on what we think is strong and what we don't think is strong. And I just want people to watch videos. And if it's one of my informative videos, one of my how to play videos, I hope it makes them a better player. And if it's an opinion video, I hope that it starts a dialogue. And if you're somebody who plays Survivor, I hope that you can discuss with me on the issues that I bring up and whether or not you think that I'm right. And if you think that my suggestions for what needs to change are correct, or if you would do it differently. And if you're a demon, I want you to, you know, come out and tell me if I'm wrong, but hopefully, you know, in a polite way. Hopefully we can have that dialogue and you can see things from the other perspective. If you're just like solely a demon main, you can see things from the survivor perspective and how they feel about the game. So this was really just kind of a spur of the moment video I wanted to make. That talked about this whole you need to play both sides thing, because I want everyone to feel comfortable sharing their opinions and what they think about the game, regardless of what they are, as long as you're doing it in like a reasonable and respectful manner. I don't care if you think that I'm wrong about every single thing that I ever say. If you come at me and you're just like, hey man, you know, I really appreciate your video and I want to discuss like what you talked about because I disagree strongly with everything you said. That's perfectly acceptable. But the type of people will come out and are like, well, you're a filthy Survivor main. And by the way, the tribalism needs to stop, dude. It's one of the things that hurts asymmetrical games as a genre so badly is when people are just like, they pick sides and they're just like, well, I'm a demon main and any survivor who ever says that demon needs any kind of nerf is only doing it because they want the game to be easy and demons should only ever be buffed. And that goes for survivors too. Survivors shouldn't have that attitude either. We should try to be looking at the game from both perspectives and making it as good as it can be. So that's really it. That's my short little rant that I wanted to put out there and get an idea of how you guys feel about playing both sides. Yes, I do think you should play both sides if you want to become a better player, but don't force yourself to do it if you don't enjoy playing the opposite side. Don't do it just because some Johnny Jabroni told you you need to in order for your opinion to be valid. All opinions are valid. All opinions are welcome, no matter what roles you play, no matter what side you're on. Doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to throw that out there. Keep commenting, keep sharing your opinions, and let me know what you think about playing both sides. I'm sure I'll get comments where people are like, nope, you need to play both sides or you're not allowed to have an opinion. Sorry, I'm sure I'll get comments like that. But hey, like I said, as long as you do it in a respectful way, I don't mind. Go ahead and tell me what you think in the comments. Having these discussions are great. And as always, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching.